There was a time in my life when I had nothing. My bank account was empty, my bills kept piling up, and every morning I woke up wondering how I would make it through another day. I watched other people succeed while I struggled just to survive. It felt like the world had moved on without me. I blamed my circumstances, my luck, and sometimes even myself. But one night, sitting alone with nothing but silence, I realized something that changed everything. My greatest enemy wasn't my lack of money. It was my lack of control over my own mind. That was the moment I discovered the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. The Stoics teach that we cannot control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. Those words became my foundation. I stopped complaining about my situation because complaints never paid a bill. Instead of focusing on everything I didn't have, I focused on what I could do with the little I had. Every setback became a lesson instead of an excuse. Every rejection became practice for the next opportunity. I learned that discipline is more valuable than motivation because motivation disappears when life gets hard, but discipline keeps moving forward. I created simple daily habits. I woke up earlier than I used to. I spent time learning valuable skills instead of wasting hours scrolling through social media. I exercised even when I didn't feel like it because a strong body supports a strong mind. I read books that challenged my thinking instead of filling my head with negativity. Slowly, my confidence began to grow, not because I had money, but because I was becoming someone who could create value. There were still difficult days. Sometimes I failed. Sometimes opportunities disappeared at the last minute. But Stoicism reminded me that failure is never permanent unless I choose to quit. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the obstacle becomes the way. I stopped seeing problems as walls and started seeing them as training. Every challenge was preparing me for a future I couldn't yet see. Months turned into years, and the results finally started to appear. The skills I had practiced began creating income. The discipline I had built earned the trust of people around me. Small wins became bigger opportunities. Eventually, I reached a point where I was no longer worried about surviving. I had built a successful life, not because of luck, but because I changed the way I thought before I changed the amount of money I earned. Looking back, I understand that being broke was one of the greatest teachers I ever had. Money can disappear overnight, but character stays with you forever. Success isn't about having the biggest house or the most expensive car. True success is becoming the kind of person who remains calm in chaos, focused under pressure, and grateful even during difficult seasons. That's the real lesson of Stoicism. If you're struggling today, remember this. Your current situation is not your final destination. You may have no money, no support, and no clear path forward, but you still possess the one thing that can never be taken from you: your ability to choose your next action. Focus on what you can control. Build discipline every single day. Learn continuously. Stay patient. Refuse to let temporary hardship define your future. One day, you'll look back at the person you are today and realize that your hardest moments became the foundation of your greatest achievements. You won't remember how much money you had in your pocket. You'll remember the strength you built when you had nothing. And that strength is what will carry you to success. Because fortunes may come and go, but a disciplined mind will always find a way forward.